welcome to this episode of Cooking with Jake. It is Soup Sunday, so we're going to be attempting Maafe. It's a West African peanut soup or stew, sometimes called groundnut, I believe. I made this once a long time ago, but it's been so long I don't think it even counts, so this is basically my first go through. So many varieties. I borrowed from a bunch of recipes I saw online, and I came up with one. This is going to be vegetarian. Typically you'd see chicken, oxtail, or lamb if you're getting real traditional, but we're going to do just straight sweet potatoes and carrots. I'm going to add black beans, not traditional, but I think it would go good. And again, because I'm leaving out the meat, I want to make sure I get some protein in there. So a lot of ingredients, but everything's pretty simple. I split it into two categories. So we're going to make like a tomato puree paste, and then we're going to build the stew with the second pile here. So let's go through the first pile. We've got olive oil. I've got 3 Roma tomatoes. It says a half of red pepper. I buy these mini ones, so I'm going to use 2 of them. Garlic and ginger. I got my patented garlic ginger frozen ice cubes. I'll do a video on that someday. Let's see, 2 Jamaican Scotch Bonnet peppers from the garden. Parsley. I don't really keep fresh parsley in the house, but I do have some dried herbs from the garden last year. This is our section 1, the tomato puree, if you will. Section 2, we've got 1 onion, 1 more Scotch Bonnet pepper, vegetable broth in this case. Let's see, tomato paste. It says medium sweet potato. These ones I got are so small. I'm going to use 3 of them. Peanut butter, crunchy, because I like it better. 2 carrots. Like I said, we're going to do the black beans, and then some crushed red pepper, some paprika, and then cayenne pepper powder. I'm going to use my homemade from the garden last year as well. So the first step of this is basically chop all this up and put it in a blender. So I'll do that first. All right, so moving on to part 2, we got some hot oil, meat, onions. Stir these around till they get a little golden. All right, so I'm going rogue already. I'm going to add my 3 tablespoons of tomato paste now. The recipe I was shooting for said to do it after you add the broth, which just made no sense to me. I'm no chef, but I watch a lot of Food Network. You want to add it now to get a nice base, right? So let's stir this in and incorporate. All right, screw it. I'm adding the carrots and the sweet potatoes as well. Might as well get some texture on them now instead of just boiling them at the end, right? All right, so now we'll deglaze in a way with our tomato puree. This stuff was really interesting the way it came out. Looking and smelling great. It's time for our ½ cup of peanut butter and our 2 cups of veggie stock. So now this is up to temp and that peanut butter dissolved. We're going to add our finishing touches, which is that last Scotch Bonnet pepper. I just cut a slit in this. We're going to use it like a bay leaf. That tomato puree was already spicy enough. I don't need to put that whole thing in. We'll pick it out later. Our spice mix, which was a teaspoon of smoked paprika and a ½ teaspoon each of the crushed red pepper and cayenne flakes. And then our wild card, our drained but not rinsed black beans. Gonna give this one final stir. Then I'm gonna put the lid on and just slowly simmer this until everything is nice and tender. Dude, this is looking deli shoes. If you don't get that reference, that means you're not subscribed to this dude named Wade Fishes, and that's a shame. All right, a couple more minutes. All right, so we're basically done. I want to thicken it up a little bit more, but I want to do a taste test before I get there to make sure everything's good. So, taste test of the Maafe. Ooh, that's good. At first you just are like, okay, tomato-ish, whatever. And then you're like, I almost taste a little peanut butter, and then it's like, boom, pepper. Ooh. That's really cool. It's really cool. So again, this is a recipe, like, It's not super hard. There's definitely some things that you might not have in your pantry. I don't always have sweet potatoes. You probably don't have Jamaican Scotch bonnets. You can improvise. Regular potatoes, jalapeno peppers, serrano peppers, habanero. Make your own thing. Do it with chicken. Add this, add that. Cooking, as you'll see in a lot of my videos, I believe, is bending, if not breaking, some rules. Unless you're baking, then you can't do that. But how many videos have I posted about me baking? So I will post a photo of the finished product. I think we're gonna go a little traditional. I'm just gonna serve this over rice with some garlic naan tonight. But yeah, if you can grab a couple extra things at the grocery store. When's the last time you've made something like Maafe? So it'll be an excellent Sunday dinner. Stay tuned for more content coming your way soon. Thanks for watching Jake of All Trades.